Leadership comes in many forms. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Each leadership style has its own unique advantages and drawbacks. Understanding the different styles can help you adapt your approach to get the best from your team. This will allow you to become a more effective and impactful leader. Knowing your own leadership style and how to flex it is key to bringing out the best in your people. Leadership is about inspiring and guiding others towards a common goal. It's about motivating and empowering individuals to work together effectively. Leaders influence and direct the behavior of their team or organization. They use their skills and knowledge to shape the actions of those they lead. Leaders take responsibility for the success or failure of their team. They are accountable for the outcomes and decisions made under their guidance. Leadership is a critical factor for the success of any organization or team. Effective leaders have the ability to inspire, motivate, and guide their followers towards achieving shared goals. Good leadership creates a positive work environment that enhances productivity and boosts employee morale. Leaders play a key role in fostering a culture of innovation, collaboration, and growth within the organization. Leadership styles encompass a range of methods and approaches that leaders use to inspire and guide their teams. The most effective leadership style often depends on the specific team, task, and organizational context. There is no one-size-fits-all approach. Leadership styles exist on a spectrum from highly directive to highly participative, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. It's important for leaders to be able to adapt their style to the situation and needs of their team. Understanding the different leadership styles and when to apply them is key to being an effective leader. Autocratic leadership is a style where the leader holds absolute power and authority over their team. The leader makes decisions independently, with minimal to no input from their team members. This leadership approach can be effective in certain situations, such as when quick decisions are needed or when team members lack the necessary skills or experience. However, it can also lead to resentment, low morale, and a lack of engagement among team members. It's important to strike a balance between the leader's authority and the team's involvement, depending on the specific needs of the organization and the project. Autocratic leaders maintain tight control over decision-making, with little input from others. They establish clear rules and procedures that employees must strictly follow. Their primary focus is on maximizing efficiency and task completion, often using a command and control approach. Autocratic leaders discourage dissent and limit employee input, preferring to make decisions independently. This leadership style can be effective in certain situations, but can also lead to resentment and disengagement among employees. Autocratic leadership can lead to efficient task completion through quick decision-making and clear direction. It allows for tight control over the team and processes, ensuring adherence to standards. However, it may result in decreased motivation and creativity among team members due to limited individual input. The lack of independent thought can also reduce opportunities for creativity and innovation. Democratic leadership is all about collaboration and participation. The leader values input from the team and encourages open communication. This creates a more inclusive and motivating work environment, where everyone feels empowered to contribute. The key is shared decision-making. The leader doesn't just dictate, but involves the team in the process. This approach can lead to higher morale, greater buy-in, and better outcomes as the team works together towards common goals. Democratic leaders value input from their team members, fostering open communication and encouraging participation in decision-making. This creates a sense of ownership and responsibility among team members. These leaders trust their team's abilities and empower them to take ownership of their tasks. They delegate responsibilities and provide autonomy, which builds trust and confidence within the team. This slide explores the advantages and disadvantages of a democratic leadership style. The key advantages are that employees feel more valued and engaged, and decision-making is more transparent and inclusive. However, the downsides are that decision-making can be slower, and a lack of clear direction can lead to confusion among the team. As a democratic leader, it's important to strike the right balance, empowering your team while also providing enough structure and guidance. The goal is to create an environment where people feel heard and invested, but the team can still make progress efficiently. Laissez-faire leadership is a management style where leaders take a hands-off approach. The leader delegates decision-making and control to their team members. This style emphasizes autonomy and self-direction for employees. The goal is to empower team members to take ownership and responsibility for their work. This can create a flexible, creative environment where employees have freedom to make decisions. However, it requires team members to be highly motivated and capable of working independently. The leader's role is to provide resources and support, rather than direct oversight. Laissez-faire leaders focus on delegating tasks and decisions to their team members, believing they are self-motivated and capable of working independently. This leadership style fosters creativity and autonomy, encouraging team members to take initiative and ownership of their work. Laissez-faire leaders prefer a hands-off approach, providing guidance only when explicitly requested. This allows for individual growth and learning from experiences. They deeply trust their teams to do their best work and empower them to make decisions within their scope, confident in their abilities to achieve goals without constant supervision. Laissez-faire leaders maintain open communication, welcoming feedback and suggestions from their team to promote a collaborative environment. Laissez-faire leadership allows employees more freedom to be creative and explore new ideas, which can lead to increased innovation. When employees feel trusted and empowered, they tend to be more motivated and engaged in their work. However, without clear direction and guidance, employees may feel lost and unsure of their goals or priorities. Lack of regular communication and feedback can also lead to misunderstandings and conflicts within the team. As a leader, it's important to strike the right balance between providing autonomy and ensuring alignment with organizational objectives. Transformational leadership is a powerful approach that goes beyond just managing tasks. It's about inspiring and empowering people to achieve great things. The key is building strong relationships with your team, fostering their growth and development, and creating a shared vision that everyone is excited to work towards. This style of leadership is all about bringing out the best in people and helping them reach their full potential. By focusing on the human element and creating an environment of trust and collaboration, transformational leaders are able to drive significant positive change. The image on this slide depicts a diverse team working together in a modern, bright office setting. This visual helps reinforce the collaborative, innovative nature of transformational leadership. The core of transformational leadership is having a clear, inspiring vision for the future that you can passionately communicate to your team. Transformational leaders don't just dictate, they empower and support their team members, creating an environment where people feel valued and motivated to grow. By being visionary, inspirational, and empowering, transformational leaders are able to get the best out of their teams and drive them to achieve excellence. The combination of a bold vision, infectious enthusiasm, and a supportive, collaborative culture is what makes transformational leaders so effective at driving change and success. Transformational leaders inspire their teams to achieve great things by setting a clear vision and fostering a positive environment. They empower their team members to perform at their best, which can be highly motivating and lead to strong results. By encouraging open communication and collaboration, transformational leadership promotes innovation and creativity. This can be very valuable in dynamic, fast-paced environments that require adaptability and new ideas. Transformational leaders prioritize the personal and professional development of their team members. They provide opportunities for growth and advancement, which can help retain top talent and build a strong, capable team. However, this leadership style can also be very demanding, as it requires the leader to constantly motivate and inspire their team. This can be exhausting and may not be sustainable in the long run without proper support and work-life balance. Servant leadership is a powerful approach that puts the needs of others first. The core idea is that the leader's role is to serve and support their team, rather than simply commanding them. This creates an environment where people feel valued, empowered, and motivated to do their best work. Servant leaders focus on helping their followers grow and succeed, which in turn benefits the entire organization. By modeling this selfless mindset, servant leaders inspire loyalty, collaboration, and a shared sense of purpose. Servant leaders are focused on the well-being and growth of their team members, not just on their own success. They actively listen to understand the needs and concerns of others, showing empathy and a desire to help. They foster a culture of learning and development, mentoring and supporting their team members. Servant leaders are humble and selfless, prioritizing the needs of the team over their own. Servant leadership is a management approach that prioritizes the needs and development of team members. Key advantage is that it fosters trust, loyalty, and higher morale among employees who feel valued and supported. This can lead to increased productivity and engagement from the team. However, servant leadership can also be time-consuming for leaders, who may need to devote significant personal time to supporting their team. It can also be challenging to implement effectively, especially in highly competitive environments where the leader may need to balance team needs with business priorities. Overall, servant leadership has benefits, but also requires careful consideration of the trade-offs and organizational context. Situational leadership is all about adapting your leadership style to the specific needs of your team and the situation at hand. As a leader, it's important to assess the maturity level of your team members, their skills, experience, and willingness to take on tasks. Based on this assessment, you can then adjust your leadership approach to be more directive, coaching, supporting, or delegating as needed. The goal is to provide the right level of guidance and support to help your team members succeed, rather than taking a one-size-fits-all approach. By being flexible and responsive, you can bring out the best in your team and help them grow and develop. Situational leaders are highly adaptable, changing their leadership style to fit the needs of the team and the task at hand. They are skilled communicators who can clearly convey their expectations to the team. They also actively listen and provide constructive, supportive feedback. Situational leaders have strong assessment skills, allowing them to understand the strengths and weaknesses of their team members and determine the best approach for each situation. They are excellent time managers, prioritizing tasks and delegating effectively to ensure projects are completed on time. Situational leadership is a flexible approach that allows leaders to adapt their style based on the needs of their team and the specific context. This can be highly effective in diverse environments where different team members may require different leadership approaches. By carefully assessing the situation and choosing the right leadership style, leaders can help maximize team performance and productivity. However, determining the appropriate leadership style can be challenging, as it requires constant analysis of the context and continuous adaptation. While situational leadership can be time-consuming, it can ultimately lead to better outcomes by addressing the unique needs of the team and the task at hand. The key message here is that effective leadership requires adapting your style to the specific situation, rather than using a one-size-fits-all approach. There are three main factors to consider when choosing the right leadership style: the situation, the team dynamics, project requirements, and organizational culture. Understanding the context is crucial. the team their experience, skills, and motivations. Adapting your style to best support your team is important. Your own strengths, weaknesses, and preferences as the leader. Leveraging your unique qualities is key. The most successful leaders are able to carefully evaluate these factors and then select the leadership approach that will be most effective in that particular scenario. The goal is to maximize your strengths and achieve the best results for the team and the organization. We next discuss 4 key factors to consider when selecting a leadership style: team dynamics, organizational culture, task complexity, and time constraints. For team dynamics, a larger, more experienced team may benefit from a more democratic style, while a smaller, less experienced team may thrive under a more directive approach. Regarding organizational culture, a company that values innovation and employee empowerment might be more suited to a transformational or servant leadership style. For complex tasks requiring creativity and collaboration, a more democratic or transformational leadership approach might be effective. Simpler tasks might require a more directive or autocratic approach. When time is of the essence, a more directive leadership style might be necessary. However, if there is more time for collaboration and decision-making, a more democratic or servant leadership approach could be more beneficial. Effective leadership requires adapting to the unique needs and dynamics of each situation. Leaders must carefully assess the characteristics of their team, the task at hand, and the organizational context. Consider factors like team skills, experience, motivation, and communication styles to tailor your approach. The nature of the work, whether it requires creativity, problem-solving, or routine operations, impacts the best leadership style. Align your leadership with the organization's culture, values, and expectations. External factors like economic conditions and industry trends can also influence the effectiveness of different leadership styles. Successful leaders demonstrate flexibility and adapt their approach as situations evolve over time. The ability to flexibly adjust your leadership is key to achieving the best outcomes for your team and organization. Continuous learning is crucial for developing leadership skills. Investing in courses, workshops, and mentorship opportunities helps us acquire new knowledge and abilities. Seeking regular feedback from colleagues, supervisors, and peers provides valuable insights for growth and improvement. Constructive criticism is an important part of the leadership development process. Practicing communication skills, such as public speaking, group discussions, and active listening, helps us become more confident and effective communicators as leaders. Participating in team projects, encouraging collaboration, and building strong relationships with colleagues develops the teamwork skills essential for successful leadership. The key takeaways from this presentation are the importance of understanding different leadership styles, choosing the right style for the context, developing leadership skills, and embracing adaptability as a leader. Different leadership styles exist, each with unique characteristics, advantages, and disadvantages. It's important to be aware of these styles and how they may impact your team and organization. Selecting the appropriate leadership style depends on the specific context, your team, and the situation at hand. There is no one-size-fits-all approach, so flexibility and adaptability are crucial. Leadership skills can be learned and developed through education, experience, and self-reflection. Continuously working on your leadership abilities is essential for growth and effectiveness. Successful leaders are able to adapt their style and approach based on the needs of their team and the challenges they face. Being able to pivot and adjust your leadership is a critical skill.